we're streaming.
Thanks a lot.
Kill it.
Everything's live.
Them, and Marissa, yeah, they're on here amazing. 30 pounds. They wanted you to shoot it with an odd 6. I'm thinking, oh man, I think I could kill it with a 22.
It's 6:30. I'd like to welcome everyone to our May 12th Morgan County Plan Commission meeting. The chair recognizes a quorum. If you please stand and say pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes from our last meeting? If so, I'll call for a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the March.
Mr. Hell
last
makes the
month's
motion. Do we have a
meeting.
second? Joe Crone second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Oh, Melanie's going to abstain. Sorry, I didn't call that one. Next on our agenda is approval of our agenda. Do we have any additions or corrections to our agenda? Yeah. Lori, do we have any additions or corrections? Okay.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
Maxwell?
I'll second.
Mel will be the place seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. We'll move on to new business. Public hearing for vacate and replat petition. RP 2503, Dirk and Wendy Edwards are seeking approval to vacate 3 lots in Painted Hills and replat them to one large lot. The property is located at 4078 East Rembrandt Drive in Jackson Township and is zoned R2. Daniel Bowling, are you representing petitioner? Please come up and state your name, please, and your address.
Daniel Bowling,
Need your address.
1664 South Plateau Circle, Martinsville, Indiana.
Okay. Go ahead and tell us what
y-
you'd like to do.
Yes, sir, thank you. We're just trying to build a garage at this residence, and our HOA rules won't let us build a structure if it's not adjoined to, like, the house. So Dirk owns 4 or 5 lots there, and we're trying to utilize that space for him.
So do you have to have it attached to the house, or just?
It has to
can
be
a
on the
detached?
same lot.
Same lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
The lots
I
are
thought-
pretty
I
small.
thought I read that anyway, I just wanted to make sure. In there.
Yeah, is there a house on there already?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, I see it.
The house is on 843.
Yeah. Are they gonna make you pay 3 separate homeowners association fees?
No, I
No?
don't think so.
Well, some of our subdivisions do when you put them together, so I didn't know.
No, I know, I only pay 1 for multiple lots.
Any questions?
None.
None? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
No one else? We had no one in opposition or interested, so this will close our public portion of the meeting, the hearing, excuse me. Floor is open to discussion and/or a motion.
I would have moved to approve petition RF 20-25-03.
You have a second?
Joe Crone, second it?
Joe Crone, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I will. We'll move on to our second item, is public hearing for minor plat petition MIP 2505 Glen Shake on behalf of the Three Loan LLC is seeking approval for a 6-lot minor plat. The entrance to the 77-acre parcel is located southwest of Rooker Road on Dayhoff Road intersection in Brown Township is Zone Ag. Presenting? Just when you get up there, tell us your name and address.
Thank you. For the record, my name is David Gilman. My company is Land Development Services. I'm here representing Glen Shake, who's a member of the Three Loan LLC, who owns the property. What we're asking tonight is for the Plan Commission to approve a 6-lot minor subdivision to be known as Whitetail Ridge. I've given you a handout to sort of better illustrate some of the slides, and on the second page, you'll see, it's numbered 3. You'll see the 77-acre minor plat. You see the entrance off of County Road 1000 North or Dayhoff Road if you go to the east of our entrance, and North Rooker Road if you go to the west of our entrance. The site has floodplain along our western boundary. It has ag to our north with lots along Dayhoff and Rooker Road, ag to the south and east. On the next slide is an actual copy of our minor plat. We have 6 lots. They range between 12 and 14 acres each. They are all serviced by an aggregate road with a cul-de-sac at the end. The next slide is just an aerial. And the reason I wanted to show this is there are 2 depressions in the property that my client and his engineer have went through some extensive drainage plans, and they're crossing some culvert or low depressed areas with culvert pipes. So on my drawing, you see 3 corrugated pipes. Those are 5 feet diameter and 50 feet in length. And then there's one further south that is 24 inches diameter and 40 feet in length. The reason I wanted to display these is there was some initial concerns to make sure that the drive was adequate, wide enough to get school buses and fire apparatus down this gravel drive. So we went and oversized the culverts to 5 feet to build up the low depression area, so it was more level for the drive to be constructed, and wider, the 50 feet, so it was adequate so that you wouldn't have steep drop-offs on either side of the gravel drive. The next slide is just some details. The gravel drive is 18 feet wide. It has 2-foot shoulders on either side. It's 18 inches of full aggregate, and it's protected by a 50-foot easement. Then there's a typical drive culvert detail, the corrugated pipe schedule that you see in the bottom left corner. So in our summary on the last page, or last written narrative, those lots will all have a shared perpetual maintenance agreement. This gravel drive will not be dedicated to the county. There are no public improvements proposed. Individual lots will have an area approved for the septic field in the well by the health department. We already have our soils test back, and they are suitable for septic systems. There'll be a restricted covenant to prevent any further lot splits in each of these 6 properties or home sites. And I think the minor subdivision respects the rural characteristic of this area and density of the area. The drainage and erosion control measures have been submitted to the county, and they've been deemed adequate in the technical report and approved by IDEM. We do have some photographs that I'd like to share with you. This is the drive that's been constructed looking south before you get to the culvert bridge that I mentioned. And you could see how it was way lower on either side. It's been leveled out, so it's easy passage for any school bus or, say, a fire truck if needed. The next photograph is the erosion control measures along either side of the gravel drive that are already in place. You see the straw matting and with seed and the gravel in place already. And then the very last photograph is the oversized cul-de-sac. And that was done especially for school buses so they can actually turn around at the cul-de-sac and go back out without having to do a 3 or 4 point turnaround. That's about 70 feet from where Glenn is standing at the end of the tape. We did have a chance to speak to one of the neighbors, the Patricks, who abut our property at the entrance. And there's also lot number 2 has a lot of common lot line as some of the lots that also front on Dayhoff Road. And they asked that we consider adding to our covenants something in the manner of this. All outdoor lighting will be fully shielded to direct the light downward so our neighbors don't have any issues with lights glaring over onto their properties. And we will agree to that self-imposed commitment this evening. And Glenn and I will make sure it gets in the covenants and on the plat so that the neighbors know it's enforceable and all home buyers know that that's in place before they purchase their property. With this, I'm available for questions from any board members, staff, or members of the audience. Thank you.
I have a couple of comments. I went over your road and utility easement, and on the bottom of the first page, under 3, where it states reasonable and normal road maintenance work to adequately maintain said private road and utility easement, including, and you've got but in there. You need to take that but out of that wording, because what you're doing is excluding everything that you said you're going to do. So we need to get that out of there.
We can do that. Glenn, did you? Yes, we can do that.
And then the other question I had is on 5. Said that the owner would not take responsibility after October 1st of 26. Is there a certain reason you put that date on there?
Can you answer that, Glenn?
You need to state your name, Glenn, and your address.
My name is
please.
Glenn Shake. I put that date in there to make sure I had enough time to sell the lots out before any type of board.
You think that's enough time? I mean, hopefully you can
About
sell them.
18 months for this. I think that's about enough time to sell 6 lots.
I guess my concern on that is if you don't happen to sell it, then who's responsible for it? Say you got one house back there, and then who's responsible for that road?
I would still then be responsible as owning the majority of the lots.
Doesn't state that, though.
Yeah, I'd be happy. I expect to stay until the last lot was sold. I'm more headed in the documents in case 3 people bought lots or 4 people bought lots and
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
come in and take over that.
But I think you need to reword that somehow to state that you will keep it until a certain amount, you know. A lot of them are till half the lots are sold or something like, I mean, it's up to you, but that drop dead date's kind of bothered me in there.
Okay.
That's the only two I had, Clint, on that. Anybody else got any questions? No questions?
I wondered why you were going to allow unlicensed, abandoned, or junk automobiles or equipment at all. I mean, you're calling that out as if
What number are you looking at?
When's that
number
one, Melanie?
7, under nuisance covenants.
Yeah, I got, oh, that's the road. Sorry.
None of the above would be allowed within plain view. Or just restrict them altogether,
Yeah, I think that's your
not
question.
allow them in
Not
there.
allow them in there at all?
I think maybe it might have been unlicensed if somebody had a hobby of restoring an old antique car, and it may be not registered or licensed at that moment.
Yeah. I can reword that.
That's sort of a hobby, you know,
They would
Morgan
probably
County.
do that in their garage anyway.
Yeah, Morgan County has a little bit of a reputation for, you know, junk cars showing up here and there, and if we can prevent that, I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I think the intent was not to allow that.
Any other questions?
Who's going to administer all these rules?
Initially, the developer would be responsible to administer the rules and make sure that there's constructive notice given to the buyers at closing. After all the lots are sold, it would be up to the homeowners to enforce those. Now, would the 6 people have an HOA?
Not typically, no. It would be more of a vote.
Yeah, so it would be the neighbors enforcing their own covenants on the other neighbor.
Doesn't it state in there, one of them will be elected as the chief, the head of that or something? Isn't it stated in there somewhere?
When all the lots are sold, they can appoint
Yeah, they can appoint okay.
by a vote, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
of the lot owners.
Thought I read that in there somewhere. Any other questions? No? Glenn, all right, Glenn, you're listed in support. Would you, anything you'd like to add?
No.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Go opposition. We'll move on to people signed up interested in the petition. Connie Patrick, would you like to speak? You're good? Okay. Jim Patrick? No. You're good? All right. Tommy Falkenberg, Tommy, you like to speak?
Tommy Falkenberg. I was just wanting to see, we had talked about, I butt up to the road going in to the actual addition. So we built a couple years ago, so we have no privacy from this drive that's in there now, where we build off the road to be off the road and not have the traffic. So we've talked already, and I just wanted to see if there was a way to put in writing that we could have some kind of privacy trees or whatever that will be down both sides. I think the Patricks would like it as well. But just, we've talked about it, but I didn't know if that was something that was put in writing usually, or if it's just a word of mouth, you know, agreement that he will do it. I didn't know how that worked, just because I would like to have some kind of privacy from the road.
We'll address Mr. Shake when he comes back up on that.
Thank you.
Dell Staton? No comment. Tommy Gregory? You're good? Okay, that's all the interested. Opposition? Ron Lear? We need you to come to the mic, please.
Yeah, I'm to the south off Watson Road, and these minor tributary creeks. Every time it rains, we get a couple of inches of rain. Crohn's Field and my field all gets flooded. I know it says it's in the floodplain. My bottom field, I've lost 8 acres to the other side of White Lick Creek I can't even get to. So how are they, I know they say they got a 5-foot culvert and it, but this is gonna be water that's going to the south. And it's gonna affect Crone, it's gonna affect me and everybody along it, Odie Pugh, everybody along that creek. And that, and the traffic, is the county gonna do anything to upgrade the roads in that area with that addition? I know it's only 7 lots, but 2 more cars probably, or possibly 3, what they put up on Pennington Road there on the corner. Watson Road, and them roads are like a state road highway anymore. It's just constant traffic, constant traffic. And it might not be so bad if they abide by the speed rules, but they fly up and down them roads. And I've got kids, grown kids and grandkids that travel them roads all the time to get to and from work and school. And I think that's just gonna tie more problems.
Thank you. Cheryl Lear, would you like to speak? You're good. Grist? Benjamin Grist? No comment? Jessica Grist, would you like to speak? Okay, thank you. Well, that's everyone signed up to speak. Mr. Gilman, would you, for a rebuttal?
So the, the items that I have so far to make adjustments in the covenants is number 3, remove the word but. Number 5, all lots are sold before the developer is released from maintenance responsibilities. Number 7, reword all junk cars to be removed to make sure that it's very clear that no junk cars can be stored on the properties. And then is it Falkenberg and the Patricks have made a request, and we agree to this request to provide a landscape buffer on either side of our entrance.
Okay.
That'll probably look like a staggered row of pine trees, which gives them year-round screening as opposed to a deciduous tree. I'm not sure I can do a lot about the traffic. I don't believe we're going to generate a lot of traffic, but I just, I don't live in the area, and I think everybody has a right to voice their opinion if that's their concern. The item as far as drainage, our culverts have been sized and deemed adequate by the county surveyor who does the plan review, and I believe we will have a full drainage submittal through Wessler Engineering. I believe that was the county consultant, and they're very strict. They're very concerned that to make sure that we don't direct or cause any floodwaters onto our adjacent property. So we're confident that the county and Wessler will do a good job to protect Mr. Lear's property from anything that might be generated from this development. With those self-imposed commitments, I will incorporate all of those into our revised covenants, and then we will hopefully submit that to the staff and have it approved. Thank you.
Any questions? No? Thank you. Executive report? Would you like to speak? Nothing to add? You have a copy of her review. All right. Well, this closes our public portion of the hearing. The floor is open to discussion and/or a motion.
I'll
make a motion to approve minor plat MIP-2505 with the commitments amended and stated by Mr. Gilman.
We have a motion to approve the minor plat with the amendments. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right.
Excuse me.
I can leave them off unless you guys need the lights on. You good? All right, we will move on. Okay, okay. We're in item C. Public hearing for minor plat petition MIP 2506. Oh, John Larison from Holloway Engineering. I want to have Brian and
Thank you,
Joni
Mr. Brock.
Hopwood. Hang on, I'm not done.
I just wanted to know which one we were hearing first.
Yeah, we got it.
10840.
Let me see what the name of that one is,
Thank
John. No, Pennington Woods Minor.
Woods?
Woods.
Okay.
That's all right.
Thank you. I'm John Larison from Holloway Engineering, and we are here tonight with two very similar minor plats. There is no address on the property, but its most local address for an adjoiner is 10840 North Pennington Road. Bryant and Joni Hopwood are the owners. They bought this property in October of 2024. And they purchased this property primarily because their family compound, the Perry Hopwood Lambert compound, is immediately west of this property. And basically fearing what might happen next door, they did purchase this property in order to control the narrative a bit. So we're here tonight with two minor plats, again, 50 acres, and we are proposing a very minimal development. On this 20 acres, we're proposing 3 lots. They all meet the 2-acre minimum, actually well over 2 acre. Number 1 is 2.23, and then the other 2 are right at the minimum. But they've got very generous frontage, 200 feet and 223 feet of frontage by 435 feet of depth. They all front on Pennington Road, so we don't have any private roadways or shared roadways with this subdivision. We are, however, dedicating an easement for a shared subsurface drain through an existing swale that runs through the property to facilitate drainage for the septic fields. The long-term, or really the short-term plan is just for these to be platted and really just plan on sitting on them. They're not going to market them for a while. And truth be told, they may actually never be sold. The idea really was just to buy the adjoining property and just ensure that they were able to control what did happen as close as they lived. So I'll be happy to take any questions you might have.
Too much stuff going on there. John, on that drainage easement along the back, that's just to get the water down to the swell, down to the natural water course?
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of the lots.
Yeah.
It would really have been nice if it was a little bit further back, but it's the only opportunity to drain a perimeter drain.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
what I thought it was for.
we thought we'd better just put one common drain through there to facilitate all of them.
So lot one will benefit from that easement on lot two then? Is that the?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Lot one will benefit from the drainage easement on lot two?
Okay, we're on the trace, correct?
No, Woods.
Woods?
Woods. I was confused at first, so.
Lot one has sufficient fall
Oh,
on its own.
to get the daylight?
And yes,
Okay. Because I noticed you had the drainage along that side. I didn't know if one was going to benefit from that or not.
Yeah.
so.
no, it had more than adequate fall, so it didn't need to be, and yet it doesn't, the main part of that swale doesn't run across it.
Yeah.
So it didn't have an opportunity to get
To
to
it.
it either, so.
Okay, I just saw that and I wasn't sure what it was. Any questions for Mr. Larison? All right, thanks, John.
Thank you.
Interested party? Christina Birchler, would you like to speak? Ron, do you want to speak? Ron, I need you. Ron? You got it? Okay. Yeah,
Ron Birchler. When we got the notice, I think we got the notice to one property, our first concern was that, you know, the one we're talking about right now was we're on 06, right? They said there was only 6.877 acres, but the property tax report said it's 30.75 acres. We got some information here given to us here, and I matched up the properties but then again, I find a problem that when I look at the public notices, they call the one that we're talking about now the Pennington. Let's see, that's the 20. We're talking about the 006, but the acreage and the name on the public notices are just opposite on these two farms. So, and I think the farms you got are right, because we're talking about the north lot, right? We're on 06 or 07?
Yeah, we're on the north lot.
On the north lot?
Yeah.
The 06?
Yeah.
Well, the north lot is the 20 acres, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when you
That's
match
what's on
that
their
up, if you
application.
look at the public notice, they call it the Pennington Trades Minor plat.
Oh, on their public notice?
Yep.
Okay.
And so I think from what I'm seeing, the application form is probably the right naming and stuff.
Okay.
But these public notices, when I matched them up, they were all mixed up. I mean, they
Okay.
said there was only 6 acres and 7 acres, and then you see the public, when you're dealing with 30 acres, I'm thinking something's wrong, so that's why we
Okay.
showed up tonight. But I think they probably checked
Okay.
out their work, and we just
All
had
right.
public notice.
Thanks, Ron. That is all we have listed to speak. Mr. Larison, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Did you want me to address that?
Yeah, if you would.
I think the confusion probably is just from not dealing with it a lot. We have a record description of the property, of the affected property that we put in the public notice, and it is a 20-acre parcel. However, the entire 20 wasn't platted.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a legal description of 7.3 that will include the lots and then, also the right-of-way. So even the legal description won't match the acreage of the lots, and that becomes a question pretty often. I know you've dealt with that before, but you're dealing with three different sets of acreages.
Yeah.
You've got a parent parcel, well, 14 acres or 13 acres of that parent parcel are not included in the plat. It will remain farm field, it's the remainder. So and we also did the same thing on the other one. It was a 30-acre parent parcel that was advertised. However, the subdivision only took up 6 acres. So now you've got three more sets. You've got the 30, you've got the 6.6, and yet the lots only add up to 6.0. So it's confusing. I hope that helped.
No, you're confused.
But I think that's, understand that, and I think the fact that the gentleman's here tonight is proof that the intent of the public notice was met, and that was that there was to be a public hearing tonight concerning that property, and if we got the name wrong on the subdivisions mixed up, I think notice has been served, so. Anything else? Okay, thank you very much.
I think. All right, Laura, do you have anything to add? Well, we got confused too, just trying to figure out which one we're talking about, so. You concur to that, Mark? Okay. All right, well, this closes our public portion of the hearing. The floor is open for discussion and/or a motion.
Kenny Hill makes a motion, we approve the minor plat MIP-25-06.
Mr. Hell makes a motion to approve the minor plat.
Jason Maxwell seconds.
Maxwell seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We will move on to the next one. Public hearing 7, right?
2507.
Public hearing for minor plat petition MIP 2507. John Larison, once again, from Hollow Engineering, on behalf of Bryant and Joni Hopwood, is seeking approval for a 3-lot minor plat. It even states on ours backwards.
I'm sorry,
It does. It's, on our agenda, it states backwards on ours, too.
we won't do this again. We will name them entirely
Name them
separately.
entirely separate, and when you subdivide it, move them away from each other a little
Yes,
bit, okay?
yes. We can pin all of this on Bryant Hopwood tonight, I believe, so.
I was gonna say a 20-acre tract, but it's actually a
This one
37
is-
point
Yeah, this one
whatever.
is the larger of the two. And again, it's very similar to the other one. We're not here tonight to maximize a 6-lot minor plat or sell the whole property. It really is a defensive measure to control the development on the property. So with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
It's woods, I don't wanna look at woods. I gotta pull the right plat out. The same thing on that drainage easement, you just drain it all down to that swell? that
It is the
waterway?
same deep swale, yes.
Will 3 drain that way too, or is it gonna be, can it get to daylight?
It does drain that way,
Okay,
but because it is only the beneficiary,
Yeah.
it didn't need any
yeah, I just,
easement across that.
yeah, okay. Because that's an issue with the health department, we work with them a lot, and they have a lot of trouble getting these perimeter drains to daylight.
Absolutely.
A lot of
It's
trouble.
the first thing I look at when we
Yeah.
do a minor plat, and I'll just make note that we are dedicating that for that use only.
Make a note.
No roof drains, no,
Yeah, dedicated to
Anything
that
else?
perimeter drain, you'll be
Yep.
okay. Yep. That's good on a minor plat for sure. The health department will be glad you did that. Any questions for Mr. Larison?
thank you.
If not, no. Rod, would you like to speak again, or you good? You good? Okay. We're confused too, Ron, so it's. Hi, Ms. Parker, you got anything you'd like to add? Nothing to add. That closes the public portion of our hearing. Floor is open to a discussion and/or a motion.
I make a motion, we approve MIP 25-07.
Do I have a second?
Yes. Second.
Hale seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I will move on to E, public hearing for minor plat petition MIP 2508. Riley Greenup, Suncoast Construction, on behalf of the Morgan County Commissioners, is seeking approval of a one-lot minor plat. There are 4 parcels being combined into a single lot. The property is located at 6801 State Road 67 North and is zoned I-1.
Terry, before we get started, I need to recuse myself from this hearing.
Justin, he needs to excuse himself. All right, go ahead and state your name.
Yep, my name is Riley Greenup. I'm here on behalf of Suncoast Construction. Thanks for hearing me tonight. Suncoast's been working alongside the county over the last year to establish some new sites for EMS stations, because currently their only manned station is at the Martinsville Fairgrounds, and they have territory out this direction, all the way up near Eminence. So we're working on a couple of different things. Another project that we're working on with them is the recycling pickup centers that they've had scattered throughout the county. Up until this point, they weren't manned, and so they were getting a bunch of trash just dumped and couches left. You know, we had one, I live in Mooresville, and I know we had one behind the Mooresville movie theater, and there would just be piles of garbage bags and couches and all kinds of different things, TVs and things. So last July, the county acquired these 4 parcels just north of the Centerbrook Drive-In. They, all 4, along with many of the surrounding properties, are zoned I. They've operated as commercial lots for a long time. So our proposal is to combine these lots. So the reason for the minor plat is our recycling center yard that we're proposing is going to cross property boundaries from one parcel to the next, and it's been asked that we replat the property into one parcel.
Any questions? All right, thank you.
Okay.
You got it. That's it? People just come in and want to speak, or they come in late? Oh, did they? I thought I saw a couple other people come in. No? Okay. He left? Okay. Well, we have no one else to speak. Ms. Parker, you have anything you'd like to add? Okay, well, this closes our public portion of the hearing. I will let everyone know that they have submitted their full drainage to us, and our reviewer has looked at it with just a few questions. And I talked to Jeremy, their engineer, earlier tonight, and he said it should be answered next week, so their drainage should be good to go. So. That's the only thing I have to add. So the floor is open to discussion and/or a motion.
I'll move that we approve MIP-25-08.
We have a second?
I second.
Raquel seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
I'm going to abstain.
Stand. Okay, motion carries. All right, we'll move on. Staff report. Like to talk to us about? All right. Ms. Parker? I'll have a meeting next month. Sorry. You were trying, weren't you?
Showed up, nobody was here. So I was like, well, I guess they must not have.
Yeah, okay, and then before that, it was George Alexander.
Plan a vacation real quick.
Well, that takes us to our next meeting, which is June 9th,
He was there for a little bit.
2025.
That was after George.
Mr. Hale, you want to make a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn, Kenny?
Why not?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned. I had a dog in there.